Here is where I get to set my spirit free. Here is where I find my naturality. Where are we going?
Where are we going? While navigating STEM, students can often feel discouraged, whether it's having issues in understanding material or finding the right experience in research or internships. I'm Catherine Dwulit. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm here with Dr. Veloso to discuss how to navigate STEM.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm very pleased to be here. I work with two New York State Education Department outreach programs meant to increase the number of underrepresented students in STEM fields, and we do that through a number of different opportunities to kind of help them make connections to do just that, to find the internships and the research placements that are going to help them outside of the classroom to apply what they learn. And so what we try to do is make connections not with just opportunities, but with people and resources on campus. And so I work, thankfully, with a small team of individuals. My co-director, Doris Johnson, who's been with the programs since they started in the mid-'80s. And thankfully, I also have the project coordinator, Liz Zora Gonzalez, who was previously a CSTEP student. One of my programs is called CSTEP, and she started back in 2006, and she's back now as project coordinator. So she's kind of a testament to the effect that programs like mine that allow students to make these connections can have on their trajectory. So in terms of what students can do to find those opportunities is to be proactive in their search for them and not to do it alone. Mm-hmm. I think in this climate right now, a lot of us are feeling isolated and feel as if, we're on our own and have to do this on our own. But that's not true. Now more than ever, it's important to reach out to individuals like faculty, reach out to individuals like myself who are administrators of programs that can provide those kinds of support and resources. So I think it really lies on the student to be proactive in that way, but to not do it by themselves.
So you say you're part of CSTEP.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what CSTEP can do for a particular student?
Absolutely. So CSTEP stands for the Collegiate Science Technology Entry Program. As I said, it's a New York State Education Department initiative. And what we try to do through CSTEP is we work with underrepresented students based on their ethnicity or their socioeconomic status to provide resources like a mentor program. Right now we're currently servicing 60 students. 31 of them are mentors, 31 of them are mentees. The mentees are freshmen coming in, and the mentors are sophomores to seniors. And the idea is that the program allows these students to have a point of contact, a student that's like them. We try to match them on their majors, on their interests, on whether or not they're a commuter or a resident. And it just serves as a touch point for that student as the mentee to see that, this is somebody like me who is pursuing a career like I am and who might be facing similar issues and who I can rely on for support and information. We also do a number of different workshops over the course of the semester where we allow students to learn about time management, on communication, on leadership, and all these things that are marketable skills that they need in order to successfully navigate those challenging STEM majors and classes. We also offer, tutoring and other ways to help students get the knowledge that they need in order to be successful in the classes. Finally, I think one of the biggest things that we try to do is also connect students with internships and research placements. We have internships that we've created for CSTEP students specifically that were actually made because CSTEP students came to us and said, I volunteered at the SBO Omhin Clinic where I was able to translate for Spanish-speaking families and allow them and so through that internship, the students were able to learn about medical terminology, interact with physicians and medical students at the clinic. And that student who helped develop that internship came to me and said, this is something that I do and I want other students to be involved in. And so we created an internship around that. And so we try to make connections through programs specifically for CSTEP students, but also to connect students with resources to find those opportunities outside. For example, I don't know if students know this, but there are summer research placements throughout the country, throughout the states that allow students to go to different institutions to participate in research and to learn about different fields that they're interested in at that institution. I know that right now, because of COVID, it might not be in person, but there are ways to get opportunities outside of the classroom and things. It's just, again, students have to be proactive in seeking out those opportunities, but they exist. And yeah.
So CSTEP helps bridge the gap between those that are slightly disadvantaged or less likely to pursue a career in STEM. Why is that important for any field in STEM to have such diversity?
Well, I think that's an excellent question, and it all has to do with representation. You know, we have to make sure that in any field, there is representation of all the different types of people that exist in this world. And unfortunately, there isn't at this point. But programs like mine try to provide a safe home for students that are underrepresented in different fields to see that there are others that are pursuing these fields. And we try to make them have connections with individuals who are successful in the field so they can see that, oh, I can get there because that particular person has gotten there. So I think it's very important to have the representation of different individuals in all fields, because when you have that kind of diversity, it allows for a broader perspective on the questions that we need to ask and the solutions that we need to find to address them. And only when you have that kind of diversity in thinking and in experiences can you really address things that are important to everyone in this world, because we're not just one person, we're not just a woman, we're not just an Asian woman, there's so many different facets to ourselves.
So do you think with these programs, what do you think is the most beneficial tip you could give to those who haven't found a mentorship or how to really thrive in these environments?
I would say it has to go back to a concept I mentioned earlier, being proactive, because there are resources out here for you, and it's just up to you to go out and seek them, and to be okay with the fact that you're not alone and that there are people who are invested in your success. And so, you know, look out for those opportunities as they come up. Don't be scared to try something new and outside of your comfort zone. I would say that that's something that all students should try to strive for.
Yeah. I know being part of WISE, having the community and being in classes full of women that face the same issues of either being looked over because you're a woman in STEM or you're just a woman in like a high mathematics class. It's very difficult to either say your piece, say what you want to say, or rise to the occasion because there's all these pressures pushing you down. Have you faced something like that, where you didn't realize that there are more things that push you up, where there's more of a people behind you that really support you in that type of sense?
For me, thankfully, I've had a very strong upbringing for family that, you know, they were able to show me that anything is possible, and that, you know, if I want it, I just need to put forth the effort. They pushed me to be very independent. I have a quote from my mother. I don't know if I can say this, but she would basically say, "Love flies out the window if you can't take care of yourself." So, you know, I strive to try to find those experiences that are going to make me a stronger individual, and thankfully I've had the support system from the family. But then I aligned myself with individuals who were supportive of me. Faculty that I worked with when I was getting my dissertation here at Stony Brook University, colleagues that I work with that I mentioned, Doris Johnson has been a great supporter of my career and how I've gotten where I am right now. So again, I can't emphasize enough the importance of finding individuals who you can rely on for support, because they're out there.
Yeah. So that'll be it for today. We'll see you next time to discuss the opportunities that are out there.
Turn around, don't turn around, just keep moving forward.